Yes. I think this VWAP checks up to something. I'm kind of concerned at 120% strategy. So I got some comments here. And this guy's thanking me for the indicator. So it's really worked out great. Um, it's it's amazing that you were able to create an indicator based on what I call the look back of current prices into the past without regard to the market profile garbage, which just picks out a lot of prices that happen very often. It's not that they happen very often, it's that as the market marches north or south down, it leaves a trail behind, which I would consider if the market is moving really fast, it's almost as if there's a vacuum on top, the plunging factor when the market plunges. And I'm sure everybody's aware of that situation. And it's the rate of change that freaks people out. And what people the idea of momentum is price over time in a inconsistent thrashing method. So the problem with the market is that it's coming at you like a fucking lightning bolt. In other words, the voltage has just gone to 660 volts and you're standing in water. Okay, so you have to have the ability to withstand a beating and slightly annoying, being slightly annoyed. The spectrum to you have to have a wide spectrum of available security for that, and the only security that exists is to so another comment here. This guy's asking about what do you think about hedging. Another guy asking about hedging. Okay, so instead of stop losses, yes. So now you could do the hedge thing, and some brokers are going to let you hedge it for like no more margin because they know you're hedged, and they're going to let you basically straddle it. The only problem there is the only diminishing fact is you have to be far enough away from the spread. I'd say you have to be trying to make at least 10 to 8 pips to overcome maybe a now in a fixed pip broker, because of the news coming out. The fixed pip broker is going to let you trade with kind of zero slippage in a sense. That those prices are typically available. If you double click it, it's coming through. It's just how big is each click. So I like to make my clicks 1K because this way I don't get in over my head. It's easy to get into $1 million position with a $10 stop, and the market is smashing down 50 pips every half hour, and you're like, fuck me. Like, give me the $20 ticket and let me just pull the trigger till I'm in $1 million. And maybe after an hour or 4 hours, I will make money. That's completely different than saying the market could go anywhere. Let me just lay track like a grid, a linear grid, and devil take the high road. You could say the same thing for. So I have a hedge bot. I have a robot here I could show you with a hard stop. And when you have a hard stop, so the whole rack of tickets, and this is a custom drop. That in that sense, and you're just gonna scalp it. You're not gonna even try to make the whole thing. You're gonna risk $7 to make $3. But you're gonna be right 90% of the time. And how many of these robots are running, by the way, to smooth out the equity smash to your account? Because at some point, now if you're babysitting a robot like that that's getting in really giant swings, okay, it just doesn't care. You're covering everybody's trade. You're a scalper, 20 pips below you, 80 pips below you. You got a scalp. A 50K robot keeps dropping a 20 pip slot, 20 pip coverage area that happens to be 45 pips deep. So all the way to 65 pips, and you can create robots like this that you're like back testing it. It's a back test of volatility because it's a hard bot. And as far as the indicator, that the one that this guy wrote, where it's a look back into the vacuum. So objectively, whether it's above or below, there's pressure there. And in the turtle sense of placing buy stops above the blue line and sell stops below the blue line, and just letting, now this is the getting taken into a hedge possibly. Now if you put really wide stops on shit, you're probably going to be in that trade. You could be in that trade for a while. If you set your leverage to 100 to 1 and you put 10 grand in that account, and you let this robot or you just churn this thing, okay, maybe at the end of the year you're down 2 grand, or at the end of the month you're down 2 grand, I don't know. Okay, or maybe you're up 2 grand, but it's really hard. Actually, and the same problem is that when you're not going to make much money, you're not going to lose much money, you're not going to make much money. If you have break-even tickets, you have to be a little bit better than break-even in some sense. So if you have a at-the-market ticket and you're in your car and you look at the market and then you turn on your hotspot and you say, time to put the tablet on this and just double-click some psycho drops that you have in your script bag because you need it for that particular situation. It's like the perfect foot switch just for that one sound. It only does that one sound. I mean, you can turn the knobs all day long on these foot switches, and they're pretty much the same fucking, at least the op amps and everything. Oh, the chipset, the converters all sound the same. I suppose the trick is to blend them. But, yeah, the EA that I'm using, I guess there's a bunch of EAs here, and there's nothing special about them. And it wouldn't matter, unfortunately. There's like nothing magical out there. I mean, it seems like it is. Like, I could show you these results, but I don't know if they're, I mean, I can, according to the drops I'm seeing, I have run bots with the right pip range on the right instrument and seen unbelievable results, But it's the theory that's being played out, where you use just a static buy and sell, hedge it, and then let it rip. So if you're on something like that, which I think I've copied most of the stuff over to everything, but the VWAP chick is, you got to check her out, man. You're really missing out unless you check out what she's up to. Let's see here. Get my trusty demo broker out. The rent-a-car. So here's the gold market. Another vain attempt to take out the highs. Of course, your sells would have been tripped here in my wick trading technique of reversal trading at the very edge of the market. Not always without its... so if you can't afford to sell this top and also sell this top, you have to figure out how much it's going to cost you, because you don't want to miss this top, right? Because that is tippy top. Although if you start selling here, can you afford to sell all the way? So you have to have enough money so you can afford to sell all the way up. So if you take the opposite view of this indicator, you're going to take the other trade. You start buying at the blue line. Once it pierces the blue line, I mean, it's stupid, right? But if you're a breakout trader, you have trailing sell stops. This is what you envision. But that's what's getting cleaned. So if you told the robot, I don't know how to write this code, but you tell the robot, okay, you're trailing it. As soon as it, and don't forget, it trails all the way here, but as soon as it takes off hard, or it just does a linear cancel, replace, and double the ticket. So the only stop out point here, and this is the weekly gold market, which is just amazing, right? Weekly gold only has one fake sell stop triggered. So there's 3 ways to get in the market, and that makes the hedging thing give you 6 ways to get in. So every time you add a technique, and it's going to cost you, but it's, maybe worth it because it's an insurance policy. So psychologically, if it's better for you to straddle a position and say, well, I just don't care, I don't have an opinion on that. So the problem with trading is that people want to know. I have this buddy of mine that asks me, are you buying? I go, dude, I'm always buying. You're going to ask me that again? Like, there's always something on sale, or at least even in the euro, it's always on sale on some certain time frame. And how vicious is that move? And what's the rate of change on that? So if that's 2 days down, I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, for it to hold something, it's down 2 days, you buy 1, and then you buy 2, and now you're down 3, or you're down 4 maybe because it's down so hard. But you just keep buying because you plan to buy really deep. So if you're scaling into it, you just have to give yourself a deeper range. So 90 pip window. Constantly in front of the market for 4 hours with 90 pip deep orders. Above or below, I guess it doesn't matter. It's just if you want to write the sell side, it's going to take more time. You can take a buy side and really dial it in. So the downstroke, you could easier to write to that. But I'm sure there's some compiler that can auto write. I'm sure somebody wrote a thing maybe that, but who knows? That's beyond me, man. I'm just saying. I mean, I actually wouldn't need. I could just manually trade it, sure, but there's no stops when I can't trade from my phone without saying, okay, there's no stop on this trade. And I can only trade at the market. I guess I could put limits on the phone, but if you have to wait for MT4 on an Android to put in a limit, then you're just going to commit suicide. You won't be trading in the morning because you killed yourself already from the torture of these touch screens. You mistouch it, you just put on a giant size. So that's brutal. And these phones, when they start over again, if they have to rewrite, they're going to come in with the default setting of a standard lot. Next thing you know, you're pulling the trigger on a standard lot. You don't want to do that. So, yeah. But it's good to see what the market's doing, how big a position, and how much you have at risk, and do you think that this move is unprecedented? Oh, geez, the market's really on fire. Yeah, it's crazy. Look at this clean up here. And this would be the end of Elliott wave here, this chart. This is almost a perfect, in the line chart, certainly, yes. I think analysis-wise, the line chart rules, but I'm saying I would treat it in a contrarian way. If it's up, I'm thinking, well, how long is this going to last? If it's down, I'm like, how long is this going to last? It's always like, how long do you think that could possibly keep going? Oh, Jesus. Now, this trailing stop entry to go south method, it does work out. But it only works out in the sense that if you're not peeling something off the table, then you're kind of just about to get clobbered in some sense. You haven't taken any risk off the table and taken profits, which you should have. So your first trap to get the first failure in the spot, we're going to curve fit the strategy to this chart. So we know that going in. It's going to be cancel replays. So we sell, now we're going to sell 2. We get filled on 3. We have a cancel replays here. We get filled, and we put our protection here because we're going to go the other way if it goes up. Don't forget. We're really true breakout bot. The blue line would have been back here, right? So, that blue line keeps marching down, but it's got, right now, this is all that matters. And this is all that matters. This is why market profile is bullshit. Because every one of these little stair steps matter. And just think about the trend trader, just the do-gooder, he only waits for the perfect triple bottom. Then he puts a buy stop here, sell stop here. Of course, he got fucked, right? His robot got blown up here, but what if it was a buy only bot, and you just turned on your buy only bot and said, "Oh man, I know we're gonna get crushed here. We'll get trapped, but at least in my mind's eye, I know I'm long." Whereas if I'm hedging, I think this shit would just destroy, like this weekly chart, by the way. But imagine this is a 1-hour chart, and this happens to be 20 pip move, and the spread is 2. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Now, in this hedge situation, if this is the 1-hour chart, this would be like 12 hours maybe. Into the next day, this being the next day. But I'm thinking more like, okay, the blue line was back here. Let's just put a crop of sell limits above that, and as it crushes in, and then we make all this money back to the breakout point, and a little bit extra if we can survive this on that one ticket, if you can survive that entry window. So the question always is, well, what's the best way to do it? I think do them all. All trades matter. They're all good. You could have had a buy stop here. You could have been a super goober and done a turtle trade, which is why the turtle traders made so much fucking money. But it's also the reason why they got their ass fucking kicked. Because all they did was, not only did they have only one strategy, is they had one entry technique. Buy high. Just keep buying. Just keep buying. And you just put a buy stop. Look at this. We're doing how much money we made. Even here, you're like, dude, we're doing so good. Where'd you get in? Oh, fuck, right here. As soon as it broke out this, I was waiting for a pullback into the cloud, my yellow cloud. Yeah. Well, I mean, remember these trades we did? I sold into the blue. Of course, this one, I guess not so good if I didn't get out, right? But the volatility is the issue, and this big climax move here, amazing, right? I'd be short as fuck right there. I'd be selling gold. At least for the scalp to here. Look, if that was a winner from, even if you put a sell limit here, you could handle this move. You could have scaled into multiple tickets with a big fat. Now, the art of it is to get the fatness to end up right there, so that, and have enough money that you could have sold up here. Always only risk half of what you think, because it's going to cost more than you think. Like, this bitch is crazy. So now I'm going to at the same time, you may have a sell stop trailing here as this comes up. At the same time, and this would be hedging, I suppose, right? Because you would be in a hedge by default here if you run both strategies simultaneously. You have a sell stops trailing, those start to get triggered. Don't forget, you got cancel replays. You're up to a fucking like 9K here because you've never taken out a low, right? That gives you the profitability on this crush. You're just like, damn, now that's a fucking great trade, because you canceled these and moved them up, and maybe you've already got out of the whole position. The gold chart is very perfect chart to look at technically on the closing prices weekly because it is so fucking obvious. If you can't see this shit, you're fucked. If you can't trade the weekly, I like how this dumb fuck ICT is like, the weekly, dude. Are you serious? You'd have to fucking have so much money to trade the weekly. Why do you even bother looking at that shit? That's perfect, isn't it? Look at now. If you look back into this, you're like, holy shit, what a train wreck. But hey, here's a good trade. Fucking weekly bot, and it's not overtrading the market either, right? How many times you get this entry? This is a fucking perfect sell. Top become a bottom into the blue cloud. Are you fucking nuts? Here's where it goes terribly wrong is you sell here and you're like, man, this is fucking great. It does go here eventually, but before it goes there, it comes up here and rips people's fucking faces off. And I guess if this never turned yellow, this is the ultimate sell because I'm sure on the monthly, if I go to the monthly chart here, it's all blue. Right? It's blue, blue, blue. And here's the crusher, the bone crusher. Isn't, this is only a few years ago. Look at the, how do people realize how much punishment they've taken to this currency, this gold market? Well, they took out the low. Wow. 1,600, man, that's a nice move. But that's it, man. That's stem to stern, and now you got the sell limits up here. You're getting short again, looking for this move. All this shit stacking up, this vacuum here. But it's going to take a while. And what's got to calm down? The volatility has to dry up. You're waiting for you're waiting for dojis, you're waiting for baby moves. Like, look at this. That's the best fucking entry because I'm sure this is the weekly. On the daily, there's going to be a RSI 2-period pullback there or something. But any pullback, any kind of, and then it's just off to the races because if it hits this thing, forget about it. And that was the forget about it moment when there was a blue line here. Don't forget the blue line looked like this at that point. And just bone crush. And the most gorgeous, frantic, blow your brains out shit that goes on for a month up here. 6-8 weeks of bullshit. Sideways whipsaw. People are loving it. People are hating it. It's like, what the hell's happening here? What's going on here? Would I miss something? Just like they were thinking here. What do you think people thought when they didn't know the future? And who could know what was coming next on here? That's the other thing that's so fucking preposterous. People really think, it'll never take out this low. Really, this is the fucking place to get in. So these nooks and crannies are all over the fucking place. Now, putting a buy limit here did not work. No fill. This one, exquisitely tight. Amazing ratios. Look at this fucking thing, right? You have to have if you were to take all these trades on here, it means you have a trade plan that can handle selling into this blue cloud on the weekly going, oh yeah, we got this. Yeah, but it keeps coming up. Perfect. Bottom become a top into the 3-period down. It's just a 3-period histogram down. And waiting for this, right? Come back to here. Who's jumping on this train? Wow, that's tough. Look at the weekly chart. But look at all the frantic scalps here where people are just like, you got to be kidding me, man. Once it hits this, there's sellers galore. There's a big battle up here on the wicks and then rip your fucking face off. And who can afford to start selling above here? People that want to make that. And if you hold for the now obviously it's just going to be bullshit. That is a tremendous bum rush to the border there. But it's over, man. It's over. This is the the traps of people get so excited about gold. I'm like, dude, you got to buy something that's worth something. Other than the gold's not worth shit. It's good for nothing. Literally good for nothing. Unless you want to make stuff shiny, make jewelry. Sure, I got you there, but I mean, who cares, you know? The world's coming to an end, don't you know? There'll be no time for that shit. What are we going to do, you know? We're fucked. Katie, bar the door. But the peak goes on here. The crude oil market was, but the line chart. I mean, you could go on forever about. Like I said, the reason why you couldn't build a robot for this is because your robot would have to say, well, this is a really nice trade here. I see a top become a bottom. I'm going to just load the fucking wagon here with a stop here, and this is what I do, and I always take profits here. But that doesn't work, because if you got the same signal here, oh, here's a nice pattern. I got my stop here. I got my take profit down here. So you can't have these singularity orders. They have to be whole. Even if it was a market only, a structure only, waiting for the best fucking setup, it still has to have a stop that adjusts itself to the conditions. And when the market goes spastic, it blows apart people try to say, well, I got this 3-period moving average, so I got this. Well, you have to stay in that wave. You can only, this very fast moving average here, you can only take it when it's in this. And because of the weekly chart, you can do it. But if you go to the 5-minute chart with this 3-minute moving average, you're going to be fucking having your finger on the trigger the whole time. Getting in, getting out, what the fuck? I mean, here, I'll switch to the 1 hour chart. This is the weekly. I go to the 1 hour gold chart. So that's a cool thing about it, I guess. Technical analysis, very technical, and it's static in it. It's kind of bizarre, you know. You're looking at a linear math there on top of a market that's just on fire up and down, spastic. And then through this lens, this filter, you get the color combo. 1 hour chart in gold. All right, so I guess I could do this. I could wait for this setup down here. Here's a pullback into the cloud, 3-period moving average. Sure, I could see that. Even from the now the guy that was talking about getting in on a buy stop, you want to do that on the 1 hour chart. If you're going to call out A, B, C, B, boom, boom, and say, well, okay, I don't know where it's going. The volatility's dried up. I got a bunch of dojis, a bunch of just sideways. Are we going to take out this low and keep tanking, or are we going to take out this high and just keep smashing back to hopefully this support and the ultimate support where we just fell apart through that floor? And then I suppose this original blowout was the beginning of that day, and we did make it back to that. So you would have recovered everything if you could afford to buy below this, right? Really load up heavy on this and super heavy here, which you just nicked the wick there. And but you have to be, so in the 1 hour chart, cancel replace here, I wouldn't even try, you know. I wouldn't even try. I'd probably wait for this. I would just keep buying every hour pullback, to be honest with you. If I was going to do it on the hour chart, yeah, you have to jump on it. Sell. One sell there, 2 sells, that's it. That's it. There's 2 buys. Buy. Now this is kind of a nice buy every pullback. 1, 2, 3, buy. But then here it goes terribly wrong, right? You can't just keep buying this shit. Because if you buy this one thinking, oh, well, look at this perfect trend line, what the fuck? Yeah, you know what? If you're really loading up and your robot's loading up, because they do typically want to increase when they're winning, like some crack whore, you know. Oh, look at all these things I got. And look at a new car, gold watch. And of course the structure issues where this comes back to the line chart. This makes it back to the line chart here. You got to jump on this trader just for that move, because if you really think it's going to keep tanking, it's going to take this out and on and on. Sure, you said that back here. Well, yeah, once it takes this out, we're just going to buy stop right here. Jed, you got this system of turtle trade. We dress up like turtles, and what we do is put big fucking buy stops here at the end of the day. And we go, dude, if it goes any higher, look at we're up on the trade. Look at that, I told you. Then I call you the next day and I say, I put a stop at the low of the previous day thinking, well, this is obviously the best place to get in. We're getting a low volatility issue here. We'll put our stop here. Put a buy stop here. Now look at we're long. And oh, damn, got stopped out. Fuck. Yeah, I guess my target was too greedy. And then, but here it worked out, right? If you had a sell stop here and a buy stop here, they picked you up on the southern train. You just sat back and let it turn blue and rode it. That's the other thing. Are you riding that? Are you going to sit back and manage your position? These are the devil's in the details. But at least with 10 tickets instead of 1, if you could trade with 10 tickets, you would be 10 times more flexible. You could take any kind of thing, any situation, you'd be able to handle it because it wouldn't fucking matter. You say, look at this gold market. Yeah, I could trade gold. No, I can't rent any space in my head to gold market because I just tried to trade the pound today, which is kind of like trading the euro, but it really isn't. And I forgot I put the trade on because I thought, I'll just try this. Looks like a simple. And I'm looking at the account wondering why. Where's this extra margin? What happened? Somebody hacking into the account? Yeah, me. So if I was trading that in gold, I'd be like, yeah, let's do some gold trading there. And if I didn't put the right size, the right spacing in a grid here, so I could buy here. Now, this was the scalp. If it nicked this wick, or even this one, right? But this is amazing, actually. Entry here is to put a buy limit here and just get picked up for a giant move. Never takes out this, doesn't get any further than that. But the next day I decided, I'm going to be a gold trader. This looks easy. If I put a grid in all the way down to here, and it gets really dense, there's tickets here all over the place, and 80% of the accounts donated to this, and then as I see it tanking, I go, dude, I'm just going to buy some at the market here as it's tanking, because I like this trade so much. Every hour it is down, I'm going to fucking buy it, because I'm a contrarian. So if I see this color, I'm thinking, one of these idiots going to figure out they're getting raped. So I take both views because I'm like, really, what's the hurry? Like, you ever be in traffic and you're like, I don't get it. You want to do 80? Okay, I'll do 80. You want to do 90? Okay, 100? Get the right kind of car, I guess. Those big-ass, heavy electric cars. Then hit a tree and watch it explode. Oh, everything's a big fire here. What's a fireball going on here? What you guys doing? Using kerosene? You're supposed to use that red kerosene and find you with that, dude, to fucking come after you, kill you. This is such a wackadoodle market. The gold market. Everybody's losing their mind on this thing. Turns out there's only so much gold left. I heard they found some gold out in your backyard. No, I heard there's what the news is on gold. I'm getting whipsawed. I don't know. Goddamn, we sold here. I sold here and I sold here and never got out. And then when it got up here, we got stopped out because I put a stop way up at the top, like they told me to do in the course I took. I get whipsawed. I can't keep up. I don't even know. I'm supposed to sell here. System told me to sell, and I got to trust the system because when I sold here, I was up on the trade. I was up. I mean, yeah, I know. I thought I was going to keep going down. As soon as we take out this low here, fucking they'll go to hell. No, it's not going there. What do you mean it's not going there? Like I got in here with that perfect fucking tight stop, and I didn't move my stop, and they took me out. I guess if you trailed your stop, you can, and that's where money management comes in, and that's a hedge in a sense because you're saying, well, I'm going to get out. Because if you're all in, right, if you're going to marry these trades, like when you sell here, you're going, fuck this, fuck them, fuck them. And here, look at, I'm right. Time to sell them. Robot says blue. We're going to tank. Nope. and then it goes up, I go, fuck them, sell, fuck them, sell. So now I'm in like 6K here, 6 positions. And I could cash out of something here because this is the logical place to get in. But what if I just held on because I'm a giant swing trader and I don't care? I'm like, fuck them, I sold here. And fuck the bulls, you know. And here we go. Oh man, all the way back to here. Oh, all the way back to the scene of the crime when we broke out. Wow, what a fantastic trade. At the end of the day, you close out the trade, and it's like, holy shit, bibbity bop. One day up, small range day, one day down. What a classic. Classic hit and run. Bag and tag. Tag and bag. Then the story goes on. Down. Small area, not a small day though. So the small area really is the key, right? The small flag, the complex bullshit. Now, in those things, I could see somebody putting a buy stop here and a sell stop here. At least you're looking for a breakout. But you can still get whipsawed because you could be doing, well, I got a breakout strategy here, and fucking A, they took out both legs, and we really never went anywhere, and then I put in another breakout strategy here, and the system doesn't work. Is there a better filter? I'll put a moving average on it. I'll go up to the 4-hour chart. Well, yeah, the 4-hour chart is going to make more money because you're waiting for setups that are going to come up only so often. And I don't think it mattered too much when you go to the 2-hour chart, because if you can't change your sizing position based on what's happening, then it's not going to matter. The 8-hour chart is the 4-hour chart. It's just the frequency of trades, but it's a higher quality, so to speak. At least the momentum snapshot, there's only 6 bars a day on the 4-hour chart. And it fits beautifully into the week because you can see the weekly bars on the 4-hour chart. The vertical lines show you the Sunday. So if you go to the 4-hour chart, oh yeah, I can totally see trading the 4-hour chart with a 3-period moving average in gold. Yes, but you have to get on this fucking train here. You have to pull the trigger. You gotta be. I don't know what time of day this is, but you gotta be loading the fucking wagon on that. And you have to keep in mind the structures are very easy to see here. Like here's the big giant supply area. The deeper one never got hit. Below the blue, never got hit. But the deepest slot on there is this wick right there. Take this forward. Now we're talking. This is like that Bitcoin setup. Here's like the Bitcoin entry. Here's the floor. You're trapped under the floor. You come down one more fucking time to punish these people. You go retest that. A 4-hour chart. But this looks like the weekly Bitcoin. Same pattern, but different amounts of money. You would need to really execute that. But that's, if you're just trying to, if your targets are half of that box, you're making money this whole, your big day trader in here. If you're a swing trader, you're waiting to get tagged on sell limits that are just insane, and they start here and they just go for that. You probably have to sell. If you go with the 50%, the Goldilocks fill would be you could have sold that whole box and not blown up the account, and you only got filled on half, so that's going to give you your break-even target's going to be here. And if you're going to hedge back into it the other way, you're going to start buying in this box. So once you go full retard at this point, you're filled on all these tickets, you hold that, you start peeling something off here, boom, boom, and now you're going to go long on your buy side here. So you start buying the blue, and you got tickets here, tickets galore, bigger, 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 big fat tickets, and this is all happening very quickly, and you're going to pull the trigger every 4 hours it is below this price. So you would have bought there. Right, you would have done that. You would have bought here, you would have bought here at the market, and bought here at the market, because every time it closed down, you're buying. That's the other rule, buy low, sell high. So that's woven into this, and you would be in a temporary hedge there. But that's if you're a hard person, if you're an all or nothing person, or if you're a either long or I'm short, and I'm not going to waste my time with all those multiple tickets, because just give me a fucking system. I can adjust it based on the last known low. Well, it would be this, you'd have to buy this, and you'd put your stop down here, say, but then did you really buy a lot here? And where was your target? Because it could have been just, as soon as it takes out this, I'll just get out. And that keeps on going. And did you wait for this pullback to get more? You would have to have the discipline, I suppose, to wait. This thing is going for hours without you. Like you'd have to go to the 1 hour chart. Yeah, because your indicator, it's only going to fit the conditions. That your indicator is, trust me, it's optimal for a certain vehicle. It's almost like a train track. Unless you have the right train track, you can't go flying ass. I don't care how fast your train is, unless it's on the right track. And if it's piling into that, it could be turtle trading into that. That's what this guy's robot was doing. This one I was watching, Ryan Brown trade. That thing would start fucking buying as the market's ripping up. I got it. Dude, he's complaining about slippage and the broker not. Yeah, dude, you're bum rushing. Everybody's... Really? I get that it's making money, but don't you just want to be in this... you want to be in this trade under here... because this is a week from here to here, and when you finish off the week down in the blue, like, sure, you could be having a robot with shallow targets, shallow stops, making money into this thing. I get it. It would have to be the same robot be making money here. But in the structure view, in the so-called lazy smart money view, you're just going to put your sell limits above here and, devil take the fucking whatever. Because your strategy is to get in where it is the best situation for your exposure. You don't want to, if it really is a trend bot, it's going to be like you're waiting for that small area has to fit your stops. And if they stop you out, okay, that's the idea of that your ratios are so gigundous that it doesn't matter, right? So if you get in this triangle thing, then you're going to be, waiting for this perfect setup. You know that even if you don't trade that style of putting sell limits up here, you know that this is the supposedly resistance, right? There's going to be crazy resistance here. It's supposed to be, the resistance is supposed to be here. Here's where people fuck that idea up. They go, oh, the resistance up here at the very top. Yeah, but beyond there's fucking satisfaction of the vacuum. And I don't think it's resistance in that sense. I guess the words are kind of ridiculous, because is it resisting it, or is it Am I blowing through resistance? Am I wiping out resistance, or is this the big brick wall I'm going to come up against? It's going to make it so that it can't happen. Like this resistance, why didn't this hold like this top? It just crushes in because I think this is more of a pull on it. Takes out the high of the week, and yes, the goober could put a buy stop here. This is the reason why it's futile to argue if a system works in backtesting. This is why backtesting is, in a sense, complete bullshit if it is based on this alone. That, oh, it's making higher highs, so I'm going to just turtle trade it, put a buy stop here. Look how much money this thing made. There's great trend buy. Yeah, I know, but until it got here, right? And you put your buy stop up here or whatever, you put your buy stop here. And you came all the way back to this price. If you did not get the fuck out of that trade, you just did not make any money. It's so sad, right? Because this pattern is smaller than this same pattern, right? You come into Sunday and it falls out of bed. You come into Sunday and it falls out of bed. The difference is this could be with a hard stop, or in other words, can you afford to trade that, or is that going to be like, unless you trade on 3 tickets, you're probably going to have, I don't know who's going to do the math on, well, I know this big move's coming out of here, so I'm going to put my target. Yeah, oh, really? Okay. Because this wick here, for a lot of people, it's going to blow their pattern up on their 1 hour. So if they get all, people are trying to get all specific about it and make it very dialed in, then that's going to be a problem. And you can see here is Sunday, and we break out and keep running, and we just never look back. The whole fucking week is bullish. It's a complete, perfect bullish week, and everybody's into that. And this is the trend, so to speak. And this is our okay. Yeah, let's see if I can. If we try to trade these patterns, and of course hindsight, we can see the ultimate entries here. We have a bottom become a top. It's blue. We pull the trigger, but yeah, tight stops. Okay, well your target's here, and that's probably as good as it gets. The exact same pattern here, but look at the explosion out of this. Bottom becomes a top. Well, because hopefully we understand that, yeah, if it takes out this wonderful trend that's been going on for a whole week, can't compare it to this week where it's just gangbusters. And of course, if your robot's designed to project the price pulse here, which is the classic, measured move, as they would say. This is your good old geometry here. People like to do the Gartley thing. So you have this to here, and then you take the highest close within that price pulse and extend it up here, right? And this is your, people sell books over this bullshit. But it doesn't matter, because the question is, what did you do about that? Did you really, tell me that well, I saw this price, and I go, well, this is where it's, no, you have to wait for the pullback to here. But you would have drawn that same line here, don't forget, and you would have tried to make the argument, well, I'm just going to load the fucking wagon. I'm going to do here to here, and my projection is we're going to end up here. And you back test it, and it's going to come up and say, yeah, you load the wagon here, and you put a stop here. Well, they stopped you out. So it's completely insane to try to get these things dialed, optimize it. Here's the measured move down here, bang. But here's a failure. It didn't quite happen, right? This one certainly failed. But once again, this is a beautiful triangle. But was it going to just be a flag and break out? And this is a bigger triangle here. But who made more money in a shorter period of time, though? The other thing to consider is that after you get that accomplished, you're able to trade, well, can I make it faster? Can I just take the fucking fast, hard, and dirty trades? Yeah. If you happen to be in that trade, you're like, man, this thing could be, like this thing, I'd probably get the fuck out. I don't care that it pulled back so much because I can always get back in there. And that could be my, how I'm going to do it the next trade. But then the next trade's going to have a whole different price pulse kind of climax to it. And this is why patterns, and I suppose if you go at the candlestick body, it's a hard number. And I do have an ATR that I made, a histogrammic ATR, because I like the histograms because I can count, I can see each slice. It's just not a big candlestick fan. Line chart on top of these trend candles, or this Hakanashi smooth Hakanashi, which does include the high-low close. And these aren't real prices back here. That's why the black bar is real prices. This is just the cloud underneath. And you could cloud trade it. There's a guy that sent me a letter saying it cloud trades. The reason I don't cloud trade is because I know better. No, if you don't mind, I can't follow directions, and I hate everybody, and everybody's wrong, and I know everybody's full of shit but me, so I can't really do that. I really wish I could. Oh yeah, I got this trading system. Yeah, we pull the trigger here. Okay. No, because I kind of want to sell into that. I just hate everybody. Or I just feel contrarian. So I probably would get clobbered here if I'm selling that. Until here, I think I made my money back. So if I have the right Goldilocks, here I think I almost made my money back, right? If I sell into that hard, then I don't buy, I start cashing out here, but I'm getting a trade in at least. To trend trade that, you would have missed this entry. You would have had to buy here and here. So when I'm getting out of my counter trend trade, the trend traders are getting in. When I'm getting out of my counter trend trade, the trend traders are getting in. But to me, this is a higher frequency and a higher probability trade for me. And I hate trends, so I'm not going to, I guess I would buy this one. If I wasn't short, I'd say let's get in here, right here and get here. That matters too. But when you talk about hedging, can you be psychologically loving and hating a person at the same time? If I hate you 80% of the time, 20% of the time, you know what? You're very entertaining. I can tolerate you in the room without getting a baseball bat out and just kind of like giving you a tune-up. But I guess you can't talk like that on YouTube. You tuned him up. Yep. We kind of like read him the riot act, There'll be none of that around here, people. Don't stand for your kind. Bullish trend traders. Drive me up a fucking wall. Or you could be no nonsense and go to the daily chart. Well, here's no nonsense trading. Let's just get down to the brass tacks of it. The no nonsense trading. How to go against no nonsense. Trade reversals and make a pant load of money. You too can be that person. You just have to stand up to the goobers. You just laugh off the buy stop entry people. I bet you're buying because it's going up today. Yep. Oh, you need somebody like that in your life. ICT doesn't give away his calls, so it's no fun with him. That's the one thing he makes it a slippery situation. You can't really say you're wrong on that call. Remember, he said that Bitcoin was going to $10 or $100. I guess he was at least 1,600 and 1,700. It got close. Got close on that one, but no cigar. All Alrighty then. So we got the what the fuck? I guess okay. This is the still. I'm still in the gold market. But I was saying the top tick Tommy of it all. You really want to buy gold up here? Well, gold's the place to be. So it's a total sell on gold there. If you can't see this is my monthly analysis. Did I tell you that? The month's almost over. Don't forget the month's almost over too. And crude oil fell through the floor there. I came back to the support area. Not quite though. Here's the candlestick view. Small bodies are the place to get in if you're a trend trader. Just pull the trigger with a tight stop and hope for the best. Hope they don't stop you out. A small body gravestone. Pull the trigger, sell. Hope they don't stop you out. Don't put your stop back here like an idiot. Put it way up here. But of course, if that's the case, I say just put sell limits all the way to here because you're going to want to sell that if it goes up. See how that worked out? Sell low, buy low, sell high is the crudest. It's Arkham's razor. Crudest exploitation is the best. What are you going to do? You do what you need to do. You just put the orders in, and I wouldn't get too fancy with the projection thing. I don't think it's worth it. Projections are just stupid because, sure, they'll come true once in a while. I'm not waiting for that setup. There's a daily. I guess you can wait on the daily, I guess. Sure. You're waiting for a rally. Once they took out this support, they trapped the breakout people. They kind of scalped them. But if you don't have your sell limits up here ready to sell, and I guess you could add to your position. You could go turtle trading. You could trade like a goober. I'll put a sell stop here, a sell stop here. Sell every day it's down. I'm bearish, aren't you? I'm selling. Look at the money I'm making. What's your trading system? Well, every day it's down, I sell. That's kind of weird. Because every day it's down, I'm buying. I guess I'm just contrary. Dude, at the end of the day, if it's up, I'm like, that's bullshit move. Fake move. Fake. Misinformation. Look at all these dojis stacking up. What the fuck's going on here? It's all drifty. And that oil, man. Once it came out, took it out this floor here, but it did not get cheap at the gas pump. So we got a problem here, kids. I'm not happy. The gas was cheaper when it was higher, when oil was higher. So maybe the refineries are fucked again. Or is this the fancy grade, breathable, unleaded? That unleaded that smells so good. You could tell when the summer blend comes out. I kind of live for that. So if you have a trailing buy limit on the crude oil, you cancel replays. And I would also make no, you don't cancel replays. You just leave them. So this is not cancel replays. On the buy limit entries, buy limit, only for the stop entry do you cancel replays. So if you sell stop, yes, cancel replays on this. Sell stop, triggered, but got to scalp out something. Same thing on the buy side. Buy stop. Got to take something off that table. Otherwise, at here, you're break even, right? You're not even up. And you're going to go, anytime every move you make is a fee in these things. I'd be done with this trade. I would have had buy limits here. It would have come down, tagged and bagged him. Done, over. I'm out. At the end of the day, I'm out of that trade. Same thing here. Hits my rack, comes back, I'm out. Hits another high. We're selling $2 windows on crude. It's down here. I mean, that's $4. So I'm just going to take that trade. We're going to go around the different time frames. I noticed that the 1 hour, when I saw MetaTrader 5, I thought, well, look at all those different time frames. But I thought, no, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to be on the suicide hotline. I think I'm going to lose my mind. Can you call somebody over? I think I'm just going to snap. I'm going to take a baseball bat to my computer. Can somebody pull this bat out of my hands? Say it while you can, baseball bat. You don't know what the next fucking trigger is going to be. People are going to be, oh, you said what? I know, I didn't mean it. So the weekly beatdown on this is oil. So oil's under the floor, and we scalp to the floor right on the wick. That was the obvious trade. Precisely to the wick, but it went beyond. Almost made it back to this last known support, and I just mean that in the sense of new lows. Resistance is up here, but they keep on, stabbing into. But that was high drama. This is the most high drama week, and this is the most high drama week. This big smash down over here. And now it's over. It's like, okay, we're drifting. That's just bullshit now. It's bullshit. Well, like most of it is, sadly, this is the sad fact. Just embrace the fact that it's very terrible. Look at the monthly NASDAQ coming up on resistance here. Like gold, I think. Trapped in a big, this is going to be a big obstacle. But Bitcoin's up. NASDAQ's up on the month. Starting off the month bullish here. Huge resistance at the top. Last known support in closing prices. It's a very clean market too. This is very clean. Now, if you got the patience to wait all fucking year for a trade, yes, this is an amazing fucking algo, so to speak. The 3-period Hakanashi. You buy every pullback. You bought here, you bought here, you bought here, you bought this. Right now, maybe you sold that. But you bought here, you bought here, you bought here, you bought here. You were loving it. You bought here, you bought here. And you bought here, but ruh-roh. But this is a pullback, people. I wish I had the yearly chart. This is 1 year down. I do think we could make it to here. As soon as it looks like we're going to have a... well, once the money runs out from the... oh boy, it's all sector rotation in the end. It only seems like inflation because the shit you're buying went up in price, or the utilities went up, which is really just a product of putting a cap on people working. But once people go back to work, for whatever reason, so eventually just like the price, there's be a vacuum, right? Now there's too many people that have extra time on their hands. They're going to start their own businesses, and you're going to have the... it just makes it stronger, right? So when you break a bone, it comes back stronger. And that's just how things are. And they just keep on churning. I remember when the dollar Canadian, 2008, 2010 or something, the American dollar was cheaper than Canadian dollar by 10 cents or 20 cents. It was nuts. It was such insanity. That was such a giant... wow. Stuff's crazy. But I'd definitely be getting out of my Bitcoin at this point. Time to dump that puppy. That ride's over for a while. Putting buy limits in here. Top tick Tommy looks just like that's the weekly. So made it back to this floor. Now I would stack the buy limits in these pockets. And that's all there is. You can't do much about that. Yeah, you just can't help but to put the buy limits in now. Especially if you love the Bitcoin, you're just going to stack them all the way to Memphis. Big sellers up in this window. Oh my God, it'll be crazy. But I'd say this is a trend trade actually. This pullback, any pullback, you buy any pullback there is. So the end of the week here, and it's going to be something else here. A lot of range trading to come in, I suppose. Daily chart says something different. Take a look at this daily. Yeah, the daily, you got to zoom out for that. It's a fucking train wreck. So, yeah, big buy pocket here. Like I said, anything in here. And I'd have scalps in that. I'd put everything in that. But that's a tremendous move. These two moves here are just insane. There's no getting around it. 1 month hard up, kind of a hard down month, hard up. I'm not gonna say that. Well, actually, this is sideways. Here's a doji, right? Here's another instance. If you put a sell stop here and a buy stop here, where's your stop for these stops? They're just gonna trap you here and trap you up here. This probably could come back to here, but that's just why I'm going to come in with a tight. I know next week's trade already. I can see the next trade coming. I'm going to put buy limits like that and sell limits up there, kind of irregardless of what I'm trading. The disappointment's going to be that if some of these moves, if you got to be careful, you can't just put a sell limit here. And the guy that opened that, do you remember the guy? I swear to God, this is so funny. About this point here, damn it, if I could find him. The guy that opened a hedge fund to short Bitcoin. I thought, thanks for the buy signal, buddy. Thank you very much, you dumb goober. Well, I just opened up this hedge fund. What do you do? Oh, we have sell options on shorting Bitcoin. Where do I get in? Oh, probably down here. You mean you want to sell down here? Well, by the time we get your trade on, don't forget you sold this. You know, because it's going down, you know. Actually, we only sell when it's going down. For the safety of your account, we only sell if it goes lower, so we put sell stops in here. Aren't you glad? At the end of the month, we sent you an info. Did you look at your account? You're up. I am. I'm up. Well, the trend system works great. I like the confirmation entry because I would never get into a trade that I wasn't totally certain was going to work out, you know. I'm a very careful guy. I drive with 4 tires on my car. All the same brand. All the same age. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Ned, because, you know, we need traders like you that are very conscientious. And you cross all your T's and you dot all your I's. You know, we kind of like your kind here at the institution. Are you going to be an institutional trader with us? Are you on board with this? Are you ready to put the trades on that our system is dictating? Kinda. Like, I think I could do it. We wrote an algorithm here. First, we have to have you sign a non-disclosure agreement. Make sure you don't tell anybody our secret algorithm. Oh, wow. I feel really important now. Like, sure? Okay. Yeah, this thing could make... Dude, we can't even tell anybody about this shit. It's like the fucking formula for Coca-Cola. Like, we don't want to talk about some of the trades we're putting out here. Trapping the goobers. Oh, you got that goober trap system? Yeah, it goes against the goobers. Oh, so it's safe to be here. You're not anti-goober. This isn't where you're going to drop the goober out. We're allowed to have our own thought. Okay, I'm in. But yeah, this is some bombastic stuff. But good luck with that indicator. Don't call me when you blow up the account. It doesn't seem to be working no more. I know. It's designed to risk $100, not a million. You set the risk too high. Maybe I should dial it back. No, now you got to dial it up because the market's quiet. That's the whole fucking problem with that bullshit. Oh, gee, I adjusted it, but now I got to readjust it. I remember those robots people would sell, and they'd say, well, you got to get the updates on the latest market. What's the VWAP say? You got to watch that VWAP check. Oh, my Lord. The VWAP is I'm like, dude, can you just get a dartboard and good money management? I think you fucking outdo the VWAP bullshit. VWAP this is the fucking VWAP. By the way, you know, Um, the VWAP. It's volume with price movement. Dude, it's the same thing. Are you kidding me? You think there wasn't volume in some of these moves? Look at this. It's adaptive moving average. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit, dude. No, it's really a guy like. There's a guy that I love to death, and he said to me, "Well, I use the 20 EMA because it feels good. I like the guidance. I like it. It gives me like a bias." Okay, I gotcha. But then I'm biased like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm only gonna date girls with blue eyes. How long is that gonna last? Especially if you're blind, right? Especially if you can't colorblind. Oh, I thought you had blue eyes. Fucking I this whole time. I've been picking the wrong situation. Oh my god, fuck that up. Don't you have a better indicator than that? Yeah, now it is true that I should sell this to the daily gold 3-period algo I wrote. No nonsense people would feast on this. If they'd let me back into their Discord. Guys, you gotta check this. Have you back tested it? Do I have to back test it? Look at this fucking thing. Are you fucking nuts? You buy every pullback. I should probably soften it. I put a little bit longer moving average on it. I could see how I could curve fit this, and these guys would be like, "Yeah, it worked out pretty good here. You listen to what this guy's saying." See, this is why it's exquisite here on the sell side. It never has a false sell signal there. Where here it does go blue, so you can claim, well, I sold here because it went blue and got whips. All right, but if you could jump back on the train and you only buy pullbacks here, you're a fucking genius, right? Yeah, look at he bought here. That guy's really got something there. Here's where you're saying, oh, I back tested it and the account blew up during here. I don't understand. That's because you're fucking retarded. Okay, that's because your targets were too wide. Like here, your targets would have been, keep moving your targets up. I know it's going to go higher. You don't know that. Here, you thought it was going to go lower. You sold. You thought it was going to go lower. Wrong. So you sold. You were right. You did good. You done good, son. But you did not take that fucking shit off the table, and now it's ripping your fucking face off this way. And you're buying this pullback going, yeah, I'm going to buy this pullback too, and it's going to keep going up. No. But then we got back on that. So the guy that can follow directions, but the reason I'm never going to follow directions from this fucking one entry idea on this one algo, even though obviously it's the holy fucking grail, is because I can see the structure too. And the smart money, I guess, is the structure money, where you just buy here because the blue line was back here at that point. Right, we all knew that. Anybody with half a brain knew that. That this was the sweet promised land. And every time it dipped in there, we buy. Closes below, we buy. We know there's sellers. I see these dumb shit trend traders. It's not like I don't see you guys. I know you sold here. I just don't have time for that shit, dude. I don't. I'm going to buy this, scalp to here, buy again, and be saying to myself, man, this fucking wedge, this volatility is starting to dry up. This is beginning triangle. This is fucking ridiculous. Of course, I'm on the 1 hour chart. Don't forget. Even though this is the daily gold. But this is structure versus blind obedience. I can't do these trades even though they make money. Buy here and pull back. Buy here and pull back. Look at the trend's up. What are you fucking retarded? And look how much money that made. But I'm keen to this trade. And I'm going to counter trend trade you. I'll start selling here on limits, cash out. Sell on limits, cash out. Sell on limits, cash out. Sell on, or buy at the market as a trend trader. But always taking something. Even though it does eventually go beautifully up. I'm not going to be able to just buy and never get out. Unless I'm really thinking, Well, we took out this high. If we could take out the high of here, and I look back to the left, and I don't know how far back that would be, but maybe that's a fucking 3-year high up there. I'm like, yeah, this will be a blitzkrieg, but then it's all going to come to a terrible fucking end because you'll be all the way back to here where everything was so beautiful. Remember they let you go out of your house? You could buy seeds at the store. Yeah, because, you know, every time you plant a seed, you kind of stir up that virus thing. Yeah. You got to be careful. You got to be super careful because, you know, it's so dangerous out there. But if you can handle psychologically throwing limits up here and saying, fuck these fuckers, you're that guy. Or are you the trend trader that has to constantly be peeling something off the table because all trends come to an end? The trend's never your friend. You buy. If you do not get out at Top Tick Tommy when it takes out the high the previous month, this is 1 month from here to here, then fuck, you are fucked. And when it takes out this high, I would have totally scalped that and totally scalped that on gold, and I just would not be a long-term gold trader. Fucking never. Here's, like I said, that if you can handle waiting for this one exquisite month when every fucking trade here is a winner, sell. But is this really profitable? If it came back to here and you're not out, and then you go, oh gosh, it looks like you would have sold here too. Don't forget, you would have had to sell here. You just don't see that bad trade. And if you are pyramiding in, which I would never fucking do, is like, I sell more every time, I sell more. Yeah, I got you. But if you don't get out here, you are screwed. Anyways, I hope that helps. I gotta go back to my absolute garbage horror movies. The worse, the better. I'm gonna go back to the old ones, I think, because the new ones are just so formulaic. I watched one the other day. I think I saw it twice, and I was so taken away with the music and the video. I forgot how bad the storyline was. But you know, somebody fell over on a knife, and there's the end. Okay. Okay, back to low grade entertainment for me.